Greetings, fellow YouTuber. My name is Tim. I know, it was a great time, wasn't it? Yeah, I know. We got to see everybody. Oh, I know. You were out there banging, too. I tell you what, you were. Oh, yeah. Well, who's my favorite band? Well, all of them were great. All of them were great, that's to be sure. And we did have the best time, didn't we? Yeah. Yeah, not a problem. We're going to start the show here. And wait. I'm sorry, what? Plopsy has to leave the studio immediately. Yeah, why does he have to leave the studio? You think he tested positive from being out there? No, don't get upset, pal. Don't get upset. It's all right. I'll tell you what, why don't you just go check it out, okay? Go check it out. Stop slapping him. That's not nice. You know better than that. We'll get this straightened out. Greetings, fellow YouTuber. My name is Tim. Welcome to this week's fun-filled, laugh-infested dung heap we like to call GainerWorld Live. My name is Tim Gainer, if you haven't figured it out by now. Thank you so very much for hanging with us this evening, and thank you for just spending a little bit of time with us. This is really what we do for an hour every Friday night. We just kind of hang out, we have a lot of fun, and just generally let our hair down and see that everybody's all right. We have a chat room, as you can tell, off to over here, I think, if I'm not mistaken. We have people that are in there, like little sister Judy from the CO in there already. Yeah. Elena is in there as well. Good to see you, Elena. Now, if Elena is there, I also happen to know for a fact that means that the Danimal, is there as well. If he is, Danimal, come real close to the computer screen, my friend. I understand, we have it on good authority, that you have a day coming up next week. Next Tuesday, as a matter of fact. Yeah. And we understand that you've got a birthday, as a matter of fact, which is very cool. So if that's the case, this Danimal is for you.
This is your birthday song. It isn't very long. Hooray!
So happy birthday, dude. Hope you have a terrific day. If you're like me, you are celebrating your birthday probably about a month in advance. And I don't blame you for it in any way, shape, or form, to be really honest with you. As a matter of fact, one of my favorite stories, when I was living in Germany and playing with Bullfrog, the lead singer for that band, God rest his soul, Garrett Hoke, his birthday was 3 days before mine. His was February 16th, mine is February 19th. So we would get together and we would have a thing called German American Greatness Week. And we celebrated German American Greatness Week all week long. Now, for the older folks in the room, what does that mean? It means that we imbibed heavily for a week. Because, we were young, we were on the road, and it was Germany. I mean, what else do you want? So that's what we did with German American Greatness Week. But, Dan, happy birthday, dude. Hope you have a great one next Tuesday. And, take full advantage of it, by all means. I do. I'll tell you straight off. People asking, little sisters straight off, doing all right, thanks. Dan says, thank you, Tim. That's perfectly all right. It's okay, dude. Little sister says, sorry I missed a great time. Sorry I missed you last week. Looks like you had a great time. No, you're not sorry you missed me. You're not sorry at all. You went to Greece. I don't want to hear it, okay? It was fabulous. I recommend it for everyone. Judy is talking to Elena, which is what we do in the chat room, by the way, by all means. And even if you're watching the replay, you can comment in the comments down below. We strongly recommend that kind of thing. We encourage that type of behavior around here, as a matter of fact. But anyway, yeah, a lot of people, So, Tim, how was the show? Yeah, we're going to see a lot of home pictures here for a few minutes. Because last week was without question probably one of the greatest days in my personal life and in my career. Dan keeps your birthday in mind. Okay, for the life of me, pal, I don't know why, but thanks anyway. And if you want to celebrate on February 19th, I encourage that. So, saw the videos on the H.U.G.S Facebook page. Yeah, there's all kinds of videos that are out there. But I got to tell you, the amount of talent that I saw last week it's astounding what I saw. It really is. Just the people that were there and the amount of goodwill that was there from beginning to end. It was crazy what happened. Case in point, okay, these three guys that you see right there, a band called the Color Brigade. These guys that you're looking at are 16 years old. And they killed. They literally killed. Great crowd, surrounded by all kinds of good people. Of course, my good buddy Megan Paulette, who took a lot of pictures for us, was there with her betrothed, Dan, who, if you're keeping track at home, it's 29 days until they get married. Okay, so be sure you send them, I think it would be great, okay, just between all of us here. Let's come back to this for a second. I think it would be great if everyone, and I do mean everyone, sent Dan and Megan a toaster. And just to have. How many, it'd be a great gag gift. I mean, first off, it'd be very useful. But secondly, at the same time, it's our way of letting them know we're thinking about them on their special day. I'm not saying you should do it, but if you do, I would applaud such actions. Anyway, getting back to what I was talking about here for a second. The H.U.G.S gathering was just an amazing day that was surrounded by amazing people that there wasn't a bad vibe in the place. I mean, you know how you go to some places and you just, there might be one or two idiots. That was not the case with this show. There was just nothing but good people. Nothing but good people, good vibes all over the place, and the talent. My God, the talent. I told the band before we went out there that, and I have faith. I have faith in the guys. I really do. But I told them that we were going to get our asses kicked. And boy, did we ever. All these bands that you're looking at right now made us look like school kids. They really did. I mean, I won't lie. I had a terrific time. We had a terrific time. But the talent that was out there and the reception of the people that were there, it was fantastic. It really was. It was absolutely fantastic. And, yeah, I can't say enough about that show. And I have to say this. Okay, first off, to Cyrus Gray, who put the entire thing together for H.U.G.S, thank you, bro. Thank you. And we need, and you're still in our thoughts and prayers. We'll get to that in a second. But the show was just unbelievable, and I saw the work that he put into it just for the few days that I was out there. And he and people like Jim Morley and Scott Porvo and other people just literally killed it. Just literally. How can I say this? They totally and completely preceded everybody's expectations. It was just nuts. And there wasn't, as I said, there wasn't a bad vibe throughout the entire show. And the talent, there wasn't a bad note played throughout the entire show. Judy's saying I saw the hugs on video. Elena's saying that Dan really does watch my birthday. I need to know that everyone has 11 half birthdays and one actual birthday. This is true. This is very true. So the 19th of the month makes him remember your birthday. Okay, well, that's cool. 19th, rock on, dude. Judy says, when you get a bunch of musicians in one place, you're going to have a weekend-long jam session with many hands helping out. It's what they do. I should mention this before we go any further, that there was a jam session Friday night, and I wish I had pictures of this that I could show you. They are posted all over the place online, but there was a jam session Friday night in Cyrus Gray's barn. And I think it finally broke up about 3 a.m. We all left, and by we I mean, the band and myself. We all left about maybe 1, 2 o'clock. But they were just jamming the blues and just having a great old time. And it was just so much fun. It was so much fun. Now, a lot of people asking, there's videos of the jam sessions. Yes, there are. And if you go on Facebook, I believe, you'll be able to see that. Now, how did we do? Well, I like to think that we did okay. I like to think that we put on an exceptional show, which is pretty much what I had planned the entire time. I'm very proud of the music that we produce. I'm very proud of the musicians that I play with. And I wanted to let the folks in Biglerville, Pennsylvania know that there were people from Chicago on the stage and that they were supposed to have a good time. And that's what we said. And that's what we did. And to me, I really think it was mission accomplished. The crowd was very receptive to what we did. And all in all, I think we did great. I really do. As I said, I'm very proud of what we did. One thing that I am kind of questioning, though, and I have to think about this for a second. I have to ask this. People are hating on the shirt. I like the shirt. Okay, I specifically bought that shirt for one reason and one reason only, and that was for the purpose of performance. And for some reason and also, by the way, a quick side note, thank you, Megan Paulette. Thank you, Megan Paulette, for the pictures that you're seeing here. She does an amazing job as far as photography goes. And I really do appreciate it by all means. So thank you, Megan, for the pictures. Everybody's hating on the shirt. Everybody's hating on the shirt. And I like the shirt. Okay? I mean, that's just all there is to it. I like the shirt. So, Judy says not hating on it. Elena says she loves it. Okay, I got, I got votes from you guys. So, I'll go with that. Not a problem. I'm also happy to say that because of that show, we also are going to be going back to Pennsylvania in about, I want to say 2 weeks, actually a week. We're going back next Saturday. As you see down here below, I'm going to be doing a special acoustic show at the Morningstar Market Festival in nearby Thomasville, which is outside of Gettysburg. And I'm going to be happily opening up for the two bands that actually closed the gathering, which was Lattimore Sky and Yigga Digga, who, by the way, both of them rocked. They just tore the place apart. In fact, a lot of people, it was funny because at one point, I was sitting with, you know him as Professor Heine Bach from the Sweet Tree Pine Water Academy of Musicology, whatever that means. And we were kind of sitting and talking to each other. And at one point, he looks at me and he says, have you noticed something? Now, this is like late in the evening. This is, right around the time. And Megan Paulette went on about maybe 7:30, 8 o'clock. And we're sitting there, we're enjoying the show. And Heine turns to me and says, have you noticed something? I'm like, what? He said, oh, two things. He said, number one, the crowd's been steadily growing all day, which it had. It kept going. And I'm like, no, what are you trying to say? He said, nobody's leaving. Now, that's a testament to the talent that was there for that show. It was just astounding. As I said, there wasn't a bad note played. And the way that the acts were booked and put in sequence, so to speak, just made it that much more interesting. You'd have a nice acoustic group, and then all of a sudden you would have, you'd come out and maybe I'd come on, or Color Brigade would come on, or who turned out to be one of my favorite bands, a band called the Damaged Pies, which was just great. Just a terrific band that you really, all these people you need to pay attention to. Just H.U.G.S at WRGG. Just go on that website and listen. There's a playlist of some of the legacy tracks that are on there, of which I'm proud to say I have at least one. And just listen to the talent. Can't nobody beat this. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me that mainstream music can't pick any of these people up. Turn to the chat room for a second. Let me see. Elena says, I made my opinion known about the shirt before you even mentioned it. It was terrific. Thank you, Elena. I appreciate that. It's nice to have somebody who shares good taste in clothing. What would you guess your crowd size was? How many people were in the crowd? Everybody wants to know. I would probably venture to guess no less than 1,000. I will say that. No less than 1,000, no more than maybe 3,000. Which in a small town in Pennsylvania, that's pretty good. It's pretty good for, also you have to understand the fact that we really didn't advertise the address to this place. But people found it anyway. And I noticed that when we were setting up in the morning. And Cyrus Gray called me over and he said, see over there? And there was you could see on the horizon of the farm, there were people sneaking in from the other side. And for a little town in Pennsylvania, we kind of made a splash, to be sure. And plans are already being made for next year. So stay tuned for that. Speaking of staying tuned, there is something that I do need to address that did happen. And I know there may be a couple of people that are watching this, even if for the replay, going, okay, you guys were supposed to be broadcasting this. What happened? Because it didn't happen. What I can tell you right now is this. Will you be eventually able to hear the concert? Yes. Why couldn't you hear it that day? That we're still looking into. And more on that as it develops. But I can tell you that the show was recorded. I can tell you that we have obtained those recordings. And we are in the process of mastering these and mixing them and doing all that fun radio stuff so that, yes, you will be able to hear the show. Stay tuned more as that develops. I wish I could give you more information than that right now, but that's what I know. Judy wants to know, was there an admission cost? No. This was a free concert. This was entirely a free concert. Although people were taking donations that day, with all the donations going to the American Breast Cancer Society, the American Breast Cancer Foundation, I mean to say. And I don't know. I know that there was a very good amount of money raised. What was raised, I don't know. Again, this is all kind of coming in piecemeal, as it were. And the reason for that being is because of something else that very bizarrely happened over the course of the last few days. Obviously, the one thing that people were really going to be worried about was going to be the whole COVID thing. Instead, something else happened. And I really need to send a shout out and love and prayers and positive vibes to Cyrus Gray's wife, Glenda, who, I don't know how much I can divulge. A lot of it's on Facebook, but I can tell you that she had a medical